Intro, footage of roaring engine, dramatic slow-motion drive shots, revving sounds in background. You're looking at a machine that doesn't just move, it growls, it roars, it dominates. Welcome back to Automotive, where today, we're taking a deep dive into a blast from the past, built for the future, the all-new 1970 muscle car reborn for a new era. Yes, you heard that right. A 1970-style muscle car, brand new, forged in steel, attitude, and unfiltered horsepower. Let's be honest, modern cars might be faster, safer, more efficient. But they'll never have the soul of the classics. The visceral rumble of a big block V8. The aggressive lines that scream rebellion. That's why when a manufacturer decides to go back in time and resurrect a legend with modern engineering, you better believe it gets our attention. What we have here is not just another retro-inspired design. This is a faithful revival. From the shape of the hood to the chrome accents and even down to the growl of the exhaust, this car was built to make your dad cry tears of joy, and maybe burn a little rubber while he's at it. Under the hood, you're looking at a naturally aspirated 454 cubic inch V8, no turbochargers, no hybrid assist. Just raw, mechanical muscle. It puts out a tire-melting 480 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque, delivered through a 6-speed manual transmission. That's right, manual. Because shifting gears should feel like a conversation between man and machine. This beast rides on a reinforced steel chassis with updated suspension geometry. Up front, you get double wishbones. In the rear, a 4-link setup with coilovers. It's planted, it's responsive, but it still gives you just enough play to swing the rear end out when you want to get a little sideways. And let's talk about that design. If you parked it next to a real 1970 Chevelle or Charger, you'd have to squint to tell the difference. But on closer inspection, you'll notice sharper panel gaps, more aggressive aerodynamics, LED halo headlights subtly tucked into classic bezels, and 20-inch wheels wrapped in sticky performance rubber. This isn't a museum piece. It's a weapon designed for the street. Inside, it's a perfect marriage of analog attitude and modern comfort. The dash is wrapped in brushed aluminum with real gauges, no screens in your face unless you want them. A discrete digital readout is hidden behind the steering wheel if you really need tech. Apple CarPlay, sure. Bluetooth, yeah. But all of that takes a backseat, literally, to the experience. The leather seats are bolstered, the shifter is metal, and when you slam the throttle, the cabin fills with the symphony of pistons, valves, and sheer willpower. Now, let's talk performance numbers. 0 to 60, 4.1 seconds. Top speed, 170 miles per hour. Quarter mile, 12.3 seconds on street tires. But numbers only tell half the story. This car isn't about lap times. It's about feel. The way it shakes at idle. The way the throttle responds like it's reading your mind. The way people look when you roll by. We took this bad boy for a test drive on some back roads, and let me tell you, it's the kind of car that makes you forget your destination. Every bend in the road is a chance to feel the chassis flex and the engine growl. When you downshift into second and nail the gas coming out of a corner, you can feel the rear tires dig in just before they let go. It's pure, unfiltered driving pleasure. But what really makes this car special is the attention to detail. From the old-school font on the speedometer to the chrome switchgear that clicks like it was lifted from a jet fighter, every element feels considered. They didn't just build a car, they built a time machine with the soul of Detroit in the heart of innovation. Now, we know what you're thinking. What's the catch? How much does it cost? Well, that's where things get interesting. Starting at just under $75,000, this machine isn't cheap, but considering what you get, it's a bargain. You're not just buying a car, you're buying a statement. A declaration that muscle cars aren't dead, they've just been waiting for the right time to strike. And here's the kicker, only 1,970 units will be made. That's right, each one hand-numbered. That means if you want one, you better move fast. Because once they're gone, they're gone. No reruns, no re-releases. This is a one-time resurrection. Now let's talk about competition. Sure, you've got your modern Camaros, Mustangs, Chargers. They're fast, they're mean, and they've got the tech. But they don't quite hit the same nerve. They're more evolution than revolution. This car, it's a revolution wearing vintage boots. It doesn't care about being subtle. It doesn't care about being efficient. It cares about being loud, proud, and unmistakably American. And that's what makes it so exciting. In a world of increasingly sanitized, homogenized vehicles, this thing is a shout in a library. It's rebellion on four wheels. It's the car your parents warned you about. And that's why we love it. So, what's the verdict? The new 1970 muscle car is more than just nostalgia. It's a modern love letter to a time when horsepower was king, and the open road was your playground. It's not for everyone, and it doesn't want to be. It's for the purists, the gearheads, the dreamers who grew up with posters on their walls and engine oil on their hands. Would we buy one? Absolutely. In fact, we're already checking the couch cushions for loose change. That's all for today on Automotive. If you love classic muscle with a modern twist, make sure to hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, what's your dream retro revival, and don't forget to subscribe. We've got more gasoline-fueled content on the way, and trust us, you don't want to miss it. Until next time, keep it loud, keep it fast, and as always, drive it like you stole it.